With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning, the cap is loose on that ketchup.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Looking for dependable civil construction in the Florida Panhandle? CBC Construction has you covered. From land clearing and drainage to roads and underground utilities, CBC delivers high-quality work on time and on budget. Locally owned and operated, CBC is trusted by schools, developers, and municipalities. To learn more, call CBC Construction 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com. That's cbcconstruction.com.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
If you have a problem with our hot takes, call us and say it to our face.
10 years from now, I'll be making a difference in this world while you'll be sitting there getting your diaper changed by your nurse.
The Sports Blitz is on the air. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
That's right. It's 4 o'clock on Friday, and we're so glad that you've decided to join us here at the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Man, I'm so glad we finally made it to Friday. It's been a long week. It's been some rainy. It's been hot, but we're still here. Don't forget to call the Red 7T's phone line, 850-215-6290. As always on Friday, I got the barbecuer, the cook, Chef Ross in the house. How you doing, Chef?
I'm doing great. Friday Night Lights tonight. Can't wait.
Yes, it is Friday Night Lights, and always in the glass bubble. Some call it the fish bowl, fish box, whatever you want to call it. Bone Crusher, how you doing, man?
Weekend is incoming, son.
Oh, yes, and I'm so glad you brought it up. We've been talking about it. Tonight, high school football. Last night, had a high school game. I don't know if it was much of a game. There was a little bit of domination on one side last night from Bay beating Arnold. Got a lot of stuff going on there. Probably will talk about it on Monday as we do our rundown of the high school football games going on. Want to make a quick announcement. This is a huge announcement for the show, for everybody listening. We are going to be doing a Sports Blitz High School Player of the Week. And we will be listening to your nominations. We'll be seeing the coaches. We'll be watching the games. And some young athlete is going to come away with a gift card at a local restaurant, a ESPN Northwest Florida t-shirt, and a lot of love on our media outlets, Facebook, and all the other things. So if you know players that are excelling on the football field, make sure you call in, comment in. We are going to be nominating them and giving them their due. So it's going to be awesome.
So I can't nominate Shedeur Sanders?
No, Shedeur Sanders is not available. So it's going to be high school football players for this contest. So just be looking forward for that. And like I said, just hit us up on the Red 70s phone line. You can hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, any of those numbers. Just let us know, and we'll be selecting that player, and they'll be nominated, and then they will be chosen on the air on Wednesday. So pretty exciting deal for them. We'll have an awesome time with that, and I'm sure some of these players are going to be having some great time.
Can we win multiple weeks?
Breaking news. We're going to hit real quick. The answer is no to your question. So Brian Robinson from the Washington Commanders, a former Alabama running back, has been traded to the San Francisco 49ers. This is just in. He was traded to the 49ers, get this, for a 6th-round draft pick. Do you like the trade?
It actually makes me wonder what's going on with CMC.
Yeah.
Because that's a heck of a insurance policy if he can't go, or if they're going to use him as a 1-2 back.
Yeah, but you're not losing hardly anything.
No, you're not losing anything.
6th-round draft pick. It was crazy. The Washington Commanders did not want to keep him as their feature back. They wanted to do it by committee. And that was basically what they said the other day. He sat out the last preseason game due to that contract negotiations. And so with that, it looks like Brian Robinson's going to be wearing the good old 49ers gold and red.
The NFL last year obviously didn't prove that having a feature back is worth it. You know, Saquon, Josh Jacobs. They all didn't prove that he's actually good to have a feature running back.
Yeah, well, everybody, kind of the running back position has kind of moved off a little bit.
But it swung back last year.
And it swung back with the success. That's where it was at. I mean, if you look at it, everybody kind of just downgraded the running back position. And some people are still holding it up. Some aren't. As we can tell with the Washington Commanders, they don't feel like it's a very important deal. It wasn't to do with age because they've got Eckler still there. And so, I mean, they drafted a running back, and so that's what they're going to do.
I don't think it's smart for Washington, but what do I know? I am not a GM.
Yeah. But
I'm not an owner.
But we're here speaking on ESPN Northwest Florida, so we have a little bit to say. And I think that for 49ers, that's a pretty good deal because now you don't have to run CMC as much as when you start getting into the more of the ground and pound type deals. And also Brian Robinson, good back. What you're going to get. Yep, can catch the ball out of the backfield. But those short, 1-yard runs, all that kind of stuff, they don't have to do the tush push. They can just hand it to B-Rob and see what happens. Because he knows how to play the game of football. Yeah. I mean, so I think they won out on that one. I'd be curious to see what everybody's thinking about that because Brian Robinson, going to be a 49er. I love it. Well, obviously, we got to talk about Major League Baseball. And my beloved Yankees last night lost 6-3 to open the series to the Red Sox, unfortunately.
Bring out the brooms, boys.
Oh, here we go. So we're watching this division really close. We've been discussing it a lot, and I want to get your opinion about it. When you look at that division, you've got the Yankees, you've got the Red Sox, you've got the Mariners. Those are the three that are in the wild card as of right now. And you've got the Guardians and the Royals, not in that order, but you do have the Guardians and the Royals in that. I'm thinking that, my personal opinion about it is that Seattle is going to be the team out. I get it. The Big Dumper's having a remarkable season. He's leading the league in home runs, but they have went into a little bit of a lull, and I believe that's going to lull them right up out of there. And I think that the Royals are probably going to be the team that comes in and takes it. What about you?
I definitely think that one of the central teams, Royals, Guardians, I can flip a coin. I think the Guardians have a better roster. The Royals are younger, and I think the Red Sox quoted it in the 90s, young and dumb.
Yeah.
And I think the Red Sox are going to take over the Yankees, and the Yankees just are going to implode. I don't know why. Don't know how. I know you hate hearing that. That's probably exactly why I'm saying it. But the American League East is a lot harder than the American League Central and West. There's no games against the Twins. There's no games against the Angels. There's no games. I mean, you have the Rays, but the Rays can still beat everybody and anybody.
That is true, but I just don't see the Yankees imploding like that with a hot Giancarlo, with Judge getting his swing back, Cody Bellinger really ripping the ball right now. So I get what you're saying, and I know that it's a slap at me, but Ross, you're wrong, and you're wrong. I believe that the Red Sox are probably going to be the one, especially if we take the next two away this weekend. hopefully at Yankee Stadium. So it just really depends. I think the Royals, when you look at the Royals, you've got Bobby Witt Jr., who's one of the premier players in the Major League Baseball. And then you've got, some of the other guys that are really playing well right now. Obviously, Jack Caglione still with the team, not really doing much, but still there and can get hot at any time. And, we always cheer for him being a Florida boy. But I just don't see anybody else, doing anything. I think the Guardians, if they were to get in, it wouldn't surprise me just because they've been there before and they've got a lot of veterans on the team. And Cleveland's fan base is a really good fan base too. So, I mean, they could push them right on in with Jose Ramirez being their main cat over there.
Yeah, and they've gotten over the gambling scandal. No one else is leaving the team for gambling.
That is true. All that's done. And so, when you look at it, you've got the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Mariners, and then you've got the Royals and the Guardians. And it's not a lot of games separating those teams either.
No, and I look at the divisional schedule because you play your division more than you play everyone else, and the divisions. AL East is far head and shoulders above everyone else.
Yeah.
So therefore, the Yankees and Red Sox are both playing tougher competition going down the stretch.
Yeah, but if you remember, we talked about it. The Yankees had the easiest route of all of them, and I believe that's what's gonna. To me, this weekend will be pivotal. I mean, if the Red Sox come into Yankee Stadium and sweep them, that's going to be a really tough deal.
That probably saves Cora's job.
You think so? So you think if he doesn't win, if he doesn't go to the
if he's not in the playoffs,
he's gone.
I also say the same for Aaron Boone. If they're not in the playoffs, Boone's gone.
Aaron Boone's probably going to go. There was some chatter between him and Judge about his arm and strain and all that. That he had said that Aaron Judge was not
ever going to
throw. Yeah, and Aaron Judge was like, well, he hasn't even seen me throw, so that just isn't good, especially getting ready for, the playoff run that they're about to embark on. So it's going to be tough to see what's going on with him.
And actually, if the Yankees don't make it back to the World Series, I think Boone could go.
Yeah.
Because they made it there last year.
Well, I know New York fans are tired of Aaron Boone. And I saw the other day someone wrote that if Aaron Boone will go ahead and leave, it won't diminish his love from the fans as being a player because he has had some moments, the home run, all the things that he's done for the Yankees. But if he continues to stay, and like last year, I mean, they went to the World Series. Don't get me wrong. Great year. The best player in baseball at the time. I mean, some say he's still the best player in baseball with Aaron Judge and him leading a lot of the offensive categories. But, man, when you look at how, they haven't won it. And it's just like Alabama. We talk about it, we joke about it, but the Yankee fan base, the Yankees, they want to win championships. They don't want to win American League pennants. They don't want to win their division. They want to win the World Series. So, I mean, I agree with you. I think there's a good chance that Aaron Boone could be gone if they don't make it to the World Series. If they make it to the World Series and maybe lose after winning, they definitely can't get swept or dominated like they did last year.
Let's just throw out there, Boston moves on, New York moves on. Would you want Alex Cora?
What do you mean? You're saying to come to the Yankees?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, look what Babe Ruth did for the Yankees. He knocked Red Sox out for 86 years.
That's true. Give me Jose Posada to come in and be the head coach. That's what everybody's talking online. Everybody wants Jose to come in and be that guy, because he's a homegrown boy.
Because all these teams that are looking at the managers and firing their manager, and I'm sitting here going, who would you want?
Right.
Even with the Braves and Snit. I mean, I realize Snit's 100 years old.
Right.
I realize he's most likely out the door. But I'm like, who do you want to replace him?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
who's out there?
That's the thing. And there's probably
John
guys
Washington's going to be injured, he's going to retire and have the medical thing.
Yeah, so you're probably not going to have a bunch of people available because they're going to already be talking to the managers that are available right now. I mean, I would not say Cora, but I don't think Cora is going to come to the Yankees. I mean, I don't think so because he never even played with them. I don't believe. I don't believe he played with the Yankees during his career because he played a lot of different teams, but I don't believe the Yankees was one of them. But let's move on to the Atlanta Braves. They start their series tonight, actually. The coverage starts at 6 p.m. First pitch is at 6:15. They're playing the Mets at Truist Field, and here we go. We've got to win 80% of our games. We talked about it yesterday. The Braves have got to win 80% of their games. ESPN says there's a 0.02% chance for the Braves to make it to the playoffs. And you know what? ESPN doesn't know everything. And so, you know what? Yeah, go ahead.
You still haven't given me that $1 that I can put in Hard Rock.
Yeah,
so.
well, it'll start pretty soon. I can see if I've got $1 in my wallet today or not. But the Braves have got to just keep winning. Now, one thing that that's good is that they're playing the Mets. The Mets aren't doing very good. They're a half game ahead of the Cincinnati Reds, in which that's another series that's looking like it's going to come down to the wire. And for me personally, I would love to see the Mets not make it to the playoffs. I would love to see the Reds get in because the Reds have been horrible. The Reds have been a terrible baseball team for a long time, and it would be really nice to see Ella De La Cruz lead the team to the playoffs for the first time because, him being up there and being their star and being the face of the Cincinnati Reds, there's a chance that, they could pull this off. And then the thing that would be crazy is that the Mets, with acquiring Juan Soto, paying him all of this money, and then they immediately don't make the playoffs. Now, you're talking about a job. That might be a job that gets open.
Yeah, but the GM just came from Milwaukee 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And look at where the Brewers are. Look where the Mets are. And I'm looking at the schedule.
Yeah.
September 5th, 6th, and 7th, Cincinnati at New York Mets.
Okay. So there you go. You put up or shut up, right?
But, Cincinnati's got a tough out. They start tonight at Arizona. Not so tough, but Arizona's playing good ball.
They're playing okay.
I thought they were the bottom dwellers, and I look up, and they're ahead of the Giants. So.
Yeah, so who do they got after the...
Then they go to the Dodgers.
And that could be tough.
Cardinals. Cardinals are second September team.
Yep.
Toronto, the Mets, at San Diego, at wherever the Athletics are playing... At the Cardinals versus the Cubs versus the Pirates, finish up at Milwaukee.
Well, that's the thing.
But Milwaukee's not going to have anything to play for, so are they going to play spoiler to keep the Reds out?
They could, but when you look at it, man, gosh, that's a terrible schedule for the Reds, honestly.
Tough.
If they make it to the playoffs with that schedule, they might be a scary team in the playoffs because playing all of those division leaders from Toronto to the Brewers to the Cubs, all of those guys are good. Dodgers, they're all in the playoffs for sure. I was just thinking maybe if they just beat the Mets in that series and then just kind of split with everybody else, they'd be okay, but that's probably not the case.
Now, they need a sweep in this series.
Yeah, they need to sweep that. But also, the Braves have a good chance of sweeping the Mets this time around because I'm telling you, they moved Spencer Strider out of the rotation for this series. I don't know if you heard that or not. And so maybe, possibly, the GM with the Braves are listening to our show because I'm telling you, Spencer Strider, as of right now, does not have it going. His stuff is not very good. His fastball is just, hitting the smaller, lower scales in the 90s, and they are teeing off on him. So they're going to move for all of these younger pitchers. Now, the Braves are in a quandrum here because what happens when all of their good pitchers come back, they've got all these young arms out there. They're going to be moving people. Strider being one of them, I think they should. It's a possibility that Chris Sale goes after, just like what Max Fried did. I could see him going to the Yankees as well. That would be an awesome pickup for them. But when you look at the Braves and you see what they're doing, they've got some young talent, especially in the position of pitchers. And when they put it all together, it's going to be scary. Now, I know you saw it. It just broke not too long ago. Austin Riley is going to be out for the remainder of the season, which kind of surprises me because I saw the play. He was tagging Ella De La Cruz at home. He stretched out, and it says he had to have core surgery. So I don't know what core surgery means. I don't know if that's more of the oblique or whatever it is. But either way, yeah, it's surgery. He's going to be out for the year. So, good luck to Austin Riley for that. But, man, I was just kind of hoping he would come back and give us another, bat in that lineup, because 80%, that's what we're shooting for, Ross, 80%. Now, another cool story going on with the Braves right now is Matt Olson. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but Matt Olson's have played 747 consecutive games. And so he is now moving into territory that only people like Pete Rose and Cal Ripken and the old school guys.
He's still 4,000 games behind Cal.
Yeah, of course. I mean, still got a long way to go to get there. But if you look at what he's doing, it's good, especially for us older guys, to see somebody out there not taking off for, a blister on your finger or a skin bow on your knee or something like that. Is that not something you've ever heard before, skin bow?
Got a boo-boo.
Got a boo-boo. We used to call him a skimbo. We call him a strawberry. All those things. Anything that takes the hide off your leg or arm or elbow.
So that's 3 straight years he hasn't taken a day off.
Right. So, yeah. I mean, let's give it up for Austin Riley, man. You know what? I've said some negative things about Austin Riley, that he's okay. He's a good player, don't get me wrong. But you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore. So y'all make sure y'all keep me in check. I meant Matt Olson. I didn't say. What did I say? Austin Riley. Austin Riley's taking off because he had to have surgery. Matt Olson wouldn't take off because he's strong and tough, and he's going to play every game no matter what.
He's done a couple sit-ups. Austin Riley hasn't, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. So Matt Olson, man, congratulations. You're an awesome, awesome player, especially for all the people that, watch the Braves. We're just, we're big fans of his. So Either way, I think it's a great thing. Real quick, you want to give us any kind of update with the Brewers? What's going on with the Brewers? I don't want you slided me with the Yankee comment about, I'm just going to pick the Red Sox to win because I want the Yankees to be out because of you. But I'm going to give you your due and let you go ahead and say anything you want positive about the Milwaukee Brewers.
Well, the only story I heard today was Willie Adames is coming back to American Family Field for the first time in this season since he left the Brewers for more money in San Francisco. And they interviewed the Brewer manager, and he goes, well, I love Willie. If there's nobody on base, the first time he comes up, I'm going to throw an underhanded softball pitch so he can get his flowers in Milwaukee.
Really? That'll be funny. That would be breaking news to see him hit an underhand baseball, see how far he could hit it. Probably a long way. But anyway, that's crazy. Well, when we come back, we're going to be talking more about the NFL in the preseason. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Taking your hot takes, rants, and takedowns. Let's hear it on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Must. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. Likely thunderstorms and very light showers the remainder of the day with temps near 88 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Very light rain and scattered thunderstorms tonight, a calm wind and a temperature of 78. About the same tomorrow, around 85 with moderate rain and definite thunderstorms. Possible thunderstorms and light showers Sunday and hot around 86. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Discover the new Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive the new 2025 Kia. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The 2025 Kia SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in the luxury of a 2025 Kia K5 sedan and from Bill Bird Kia. Performance, power, and design built for you. Spark inspiration in the all-electric 2025 EV9. It's a modern masterpiece, fast charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original home for the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
Transmitting from the CBC Construction Studio. This is where heroes are created, legends are born, and dynasties forged. The Sports Talk Master, ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Sports Blitz.
We're back. It's Friday. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget to call in, text in the Red 70s phone line, 850-215-6290. If you like what we're saying, call and agree with us. If you don't like what we're saying, call and complain to us. We're here for it. Speaking of, on the line now, we have Ole Miss, a fake Ole Miss fan, Jeff from Oxford, Mississippi. You on the phone, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, man, that voice sounds really familiar. You made it to Oxford, Mississippi, Jeff. You doing okay, buddy?
Yeah. That was a very interesting drive through Alabama to get here, though. I don't know why they put Alabama between Florida and Mississippi, but they did.
Yeah? Oh, yeah? Well, what kind of stuff? Did you see anything kind of cool? How about some bingo-worthy stuff?
Yeah, I want y'all to try and guess which of these 5 things I did not see on my travels through Alabama.
A police officer.
Actually, it's funny because I saw 3 cops, and they were all in the same town. I never saw a cop other than those 3 in that little bitty town.
Oh, wow. So
I guess that's how small towns work, you know?
Yeah, so I guess this is a pick on Alabama day. Yeah. So we're gonna do it. So lay out the game rules real quick here. And if you're an Alabama fan, you should take very, very offense to what he's about to say and do, and call in and give him the business. Go ahead.
Well, all of these are not. None of them are sports related. None of them. So they're not gonna make fun of Crimson Tide or Auburn or Troy or South Alabama or nothing like that, right?
Okay, but it's just going to make fun of the state, the people that live there and the people that are from there, like me.
Because they do it to themselves, what they do. And they put it on show because, let me tell you, I didn't do anything but just drive and gas up at one place and eat at another place. And so I made 2 stops, and that's it. And it was nothing but, back roads from the Panhandle to get to Montgomery, because we can't get an interstate to get us to Montgomery, and then nothing but interstate from Montgomery to get into Mississippi. But anyway, the first one is, now you have to tell me at the end which one did I not see in Alabama. The 4 are things I saw. Okay.
So 4th truth
and a lie. Is I walked into a gas station, and there was a tarp over all the chocolate and potato chips, and a bucket sitting next to it for rain to be coming through the ceiling. There's a bucket there, a rain bucket, to catch the rain, but it hadn't rained all day.
Okay.
So that's my first one. Second one is a Confederate flag, a permanent Confederate flag, on the side of the interstate, like right next to the interstate. Just, right on I-65. Okay? All
right.
Next one is a restaurant that's called It Don't Matter Family Restaurant. It don't matter.
Okay.
Okay, we got next one is a guy riding his bicycle on the interstate. A bicycle. He's riding, not a motorcycle, not a scooter, a bicycle. Right on the side, like the shoulder that's paved.
Yeah.
We're not talking about gravel. We're talking about paved shoulder of the interstate. He's riding between exits.
Okay. All right.
And then the last one is a town square museum. A museum dedicated to town squares.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Which one of those did I not see in Alabama?
All right, so I'm going to let Chef Ross go first. I'll let Bone Crusher go second, and then I'll go last. And don't say yes or no, but we'll also, out of those 5, 4 actually happened, 1 did not.
Well, I've seen the flag, so that one definitely happened.
I'm going to go with the bucket.
So he's going to go with number 1, bucket.
And
Okay.
if that bucket thing actually happened, you better gotten a barbecue sandwich there because it was probably amazing barbecue.
Yeah, if you see a bucket, you know you're in for a good meal.
If the place looks sketchy, it's the best barbecue you'll ever find.
There you go. All right, so Chef, wait a minute. So Bone Crusher says that he believes that the bucket did not happen. Okay.
Let me do the bicycle guy.
So the bicycle guy didn't happen. Shoot, that was the one I was going to take. I think the bucket happened. I've seen the flag. The bicycle guy, I think probably could have happened. Okay, so I'm going to go with the name of the restaurant. It don't matter restaurant.
All right, so all y'all picked, right?
Yep, everybody's picked.
Y'all wrong.
What?
The town square?
The answer is Pound Square Museum is actually in Mississippi. So it's something that actually exists, but it's in Mississippi. It's not in Alabama.
Oh, okay, I got you. So you really did? Did you eat at the It Don't Matter restaurant?
No. I did not stop and eat there. I ate at a gas station. Obviously, I got myself
with the bucket
fried catfish. No, it was not the one with the bucket, but the bucket one was very interesting because. You know, it's like business as normal inside that gas station, and apparently they have a rain problem come through their roof and their ceiling and everything. And I kind of looked at it like, man, this is, you know. And the crazy part is they had a nice bathroom.
Hold on. You drove past at least one Buc-ee's and didn't eat there?
No. The Buc-ee's, the only Buc-ee's in Alabama is the one at Gulf Shores.
The Gulf Shores.
And then the one at Auburn.
Yeah.
And now I heard, I don't know if they've opened it yet. They're putting one near.
There's one by Birmingham.
It's one exit away from Huntsville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're putting one. I think it's south. One exit south of Huntsville. So Alabama's going to have 3 frickin' Buc-ee's. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know what about the bucket deal in the gas station? It's all of that stuff has wrappers on it, so it's fine. It doesn't matter. They're just trying not to get their things messed up. So don't worry about it. You know what? Tarps are really good when you have a leak. Just ask all the people that had to have tarps when Michael came through. It's fine. Tarps are good. Yeah. But
what about that guy riding the bicycle on the interstate?
Hey, man, he's got to get to where he's got to go. I mean, you know what I mean? He's probably late for work.
The sad part is the cops probably not worried about it. They probably think he does that every day, like that's his normal commute.
It could be. So you're in Oxford. You're there with your daughter. Are you going to stay there for the whole weekend?
Yeah, I'll be driving back on Sunday. Yeah, so I'm going to go and do the town square. Actually, in the town square in Oxford, they have the oldest department store in the United States.
Okay.
It is the strangest thing. Like, what in the world? How is the oldest department store in Oxford, of all places, the whole United States? It's in Oxford. It's wild.
Well, Bone Crusher said to bring him back one of those baby blue Ole Miss T-shirts while you're there.
Oh, you know what? Those are hot items. Everything baby blue, like the hats, the shirts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, bags, everything. Baby blue is like the hot item for all the Ole Miss stuff.
Oh, yeah, you know it is. Are you going to be able to stay on with us, or do you have to go?
Yeah, I got to go. I got to get dressed because we have a ceremony that we got to go to for my daughter.
So you haven't been dressed this whole time while you're talking to us?
Yeah, I'm bucket. No, I'm not.
Oh, thank you.
No. I'm wearing T-shirt and shorts.
So you don't think they're going to? Are they not? Huh?
You mentioned barbecue because a lot of people in Bama they believe that their barbecue is like top notch here.
It is
in Bama.
It is.
And I drove past a restaurant. It said, "Follow the smoke."
That's right. Well, that's good, man. And you know what? It's probably really good, just like what Chef Ross was saying. But gosh, man. Hey, did you hear any of the show earlier? I made a statement about the breaking news that Brian Robinson from University of Alabama got traded to the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had saw that.
And I heard the Yankees lost to the Red Sox, so all the Yankees fans are thinking they're just going to give up, because you lose one game, you're out, right?
No.
The Red Sox.
No.
No, that's after Sunday when they get swept by the Red Sox.
Ooh.
No, that's not going to happen.
Nah. But I will disagree with y'all about who y'all staying, the Royals, the Mariners. Yeah, no, let me tell you, the Yankees are going to make the playoffs.
Yep.
Don't fall off the boat because the Red Sox pushed you.
No. Who do you think out of that group's gonna be out? Do you think the Royals are going to be out? The Mariners will stay in?
Yeah, I think that they're all staying in. The 4, 5, and 6 are all going to stay in. I think the Yankees are going to take the 5 seed. I don't think they're going to be the last one. I think they're going to be 5.
Yeah, they could be, and that would be terrible because they'd probably have to play the Red Sox.
I don't know. The Red Sox might be the 6.
They could be.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of games to be played.
Well, and the thing is, it's big-time games.
Let me ask Ross. Ross, the Brewers, they're going to be the 1 seed, right? They're already hit 80 wins. So they're going to be the 1 seed. They're like 6 or 5.5 games ahead of whoever, the Phillies, I guess,
yeah,
right?
The Phillies are 2.
So they're the 1 seed, so you got to play the 4 or 5. Who do you want to play as the 4 or 5?
Padres.
Mets? Wait, who?
Padres.
Padres, that's interesting. So you don't want to play the Mets?
No, I remember what happened last year when we played the Mets.
Yeah.
No, I'd love to play the
PTSD.
Mets. Yeah, I'd love to play the Mets. If that was who I had the opportunity to play, that's who I'd want to play.
Really, the team that scares me is the Reds. If they can get through that gauntlet and get in, they're going to do some damage.
Did you hear their schedule for the remainder of the season? The Reds?
Nah.
My gosh. They play everybody. They play the Blue Jays. They play the Padres. They play the Cubs. They play the Brewers. Dodgers. I mean, they've got a gamut. So if they can make it through that, then they deserve all they can to get in the playoffs because they got a tough schedule.
So we know you're Yankees and Braves, but who's the team that you hate the most?
I don't like the Mets. the Mets.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Never liked them when they beat the Red Sox, even though I'm not a fan of the Red Sox. But the Bill Buckner ground ball that Mookie Wilson hit, and it went under Bill Buckner's glove, and they won the World Series because of that. I hated that.
Had to play Game 7.
That was Game 6. They just blew Game 7 after that.
Yeah.
Same with the Cubs and Bartman. That was Game 6.
Yeah.
You know what? That is the most memorable World Series of the 80s, hands down. Even though I remember, like, Ozzie Smith doing a cartwheel to go to shortstop or whatever. But, I mean, actually, the Earthquake game, too, was pretty memorable, too.
Were those 89?
88 or 89, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 89. That was memorable, but, man, as far as in-game stuff,
oh yeah,
that Bill Buckner ground ball. The thing is that the backup for Bill Buckner was David Stapleton, who is from Spanish Fort, Alabama, and they'd had him in there, the curse would have been broken because he would have caught that ground ball for sure. All Alabama people know how to field ground balls.
It's crazy to think that Mobile produces more baseball players than any others. I mean, than football or basketball, you know?
I don't know. There's a lot of Mobile football players out there now. But when you look at it from the 80s and the 90s for sure. But, yeah, it's a definite honey hole for a lot of professional athletes over the years for sure.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, we hope that you have a good time. Don't let those hottie toddies convert you into a fan just because you like a hottie toddy now.
Oh God.
I mean, come on now. Don't if you show up on Tuesday ready to wear your baby blue, we'll know the difference.
You know, they came out with a ranking this last week about best looking student body of all the colleges, and like Alabama came in 4th.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
Who was first?
Oh, it was so stupid. It's Arizona State.
Come on.
Biased.
Yeah, well, make sure that you're safe down there. Make sure your drive is safe. We appreciate you calling in. And tell your daughter, congratulations. And she's going to be a pharmacist, right?
Well, she's going into pharmacy school, so she's got to do the 3 years of pharmacy school, and then she'll be a pharmacist and have letters behind her name.
Okay, well, that'll be good.
Hey, let me give you a heads up. The Saints are playing the Broncos next, and that's Sean Payton.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Yeah, we're going to talk about some of those games because it's huge. This weekend's preseason, whether you like preseason or not, it's going to be huge because they're already starting to make their cuts for a roster. The Patriots made some big cuts. The Giants have made some big cuts already. So there's cuts going on, especially after the games are done. And, it's going to be interesting. So do you think, is that at New Orleans or is it in Denver?
No, I think it's in Denver.
Oh, okay.
No, wait a minute. No. It is in New Orleans, yeah.
Do you think he's going to get a cheer, or do you think they'll boo him?
Oh, yeah. No, they're going to cheer him. They love him.
Yeah, do you love him? Is that kind of why you like the Broncos?
Let me think about whether he's my favorite. I mean, I really like Jim Mora back in the days.
Playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs. But he did that at the Colts, but still. He was very interesting. He was good for getting sound bites for sure. But I don't know. I guess it'd be a toss-up between Mora and Sean Payton. But
not Ditka?
No, definitely not Ditka. Ditka would probably come in about fourth because I like Bum Phillips too.
Oh yeah, the Houston Oilers, old Bum.
Character, he had the cowboy hat going on.
Oh yeah, and he was real mouthy. He'd mix it up with you.
Yep.
All right, Jeff. Well, man,
I'll let y'all go, and maybe we'll talk about Jaguars. Because we give those Jaguar tickets away, right?
Oh yeah, yep. We're gonna be giving them away very soon.
We can look at the schedule of what the home games are next week.
Yep, that's exactly right. Well, man, be careful, have fun. Don't eat too much. Don't drink too much. Eat something at a gas station and be able to tell us about it come Tuesday that's very interested, like some pig's feet or some pickled pig's feet or something like that from Alabama.
Pick the shadiest gas station, too, man. I'm telling you, that's going to give you the best barbecue.
I usually gravitate brisket over ribs. That's my 1-2. And then pork sandwich is always a winner. But I don't do that white Alabama sauce.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right, man. All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Jeff. We'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
See you, buddy. When you look at all of these gas stations that, back in the day that used to, when you'd go traveling, there wasn't a lot of the interstate stuff. They didn't have exits that were full of restaurants. So those mom and pops was how you made it through if you didn't pack your lunch. You know what I mean? If you didn't pack food, those restaurants, you can laugh at them if you want to. You can laugh at how, they had the ceilings opened at the top.
Bucket.
Yeah, the bucket. But they would be lifesavers, and you'd definitely, do a lot of thanking them because of the food that they would cook. And some of it, like he said, is some of the best food you ever had. You know what I mean? I mean, just people back there in the back cooking non-processed food, cooking real meat that maybe they got down the street. So there you go. But when we come back, we are going to discuss the preseason football games that we got on tap. And what about them Cowboys? What? 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Call in now.
This is Touchstone Service.
The Red 70 studio line is open.
Demonstrate how to make a call with your dial telephone.
850-215-6290. Are you sick of the old sports talk? The vanilla opinions? The polite debates? The hosts who are afraid to say what they really think? So are we. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is bringing the house. It's the new Sports Blitz.
Weekdays, 4 to 6.
We're starting arguments, not conversations. The Sports Blitz.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
No one wants to deal with a plumbing, electrical, or HVAC emergency. It's even worse when you're not sure what it'll cost, when it'll get fixed, or if someone's just selling you something. When you call Hiller, you can trust our experts to actually solve your home's problems quickly. And with true transparency pricing, you know the price you're told is the price you'll actually pay. Book online now at happyhiller.com. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Great design is timeless, and that's why Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin & Bullion Reserves offers a stunning selection of vintage, antique, estate jewelry on sale now at 40% off. Exquisite Victorian rings, Art Deco diamond brooches, Georgian and Art Deco bracelets, earrings, and pendants. These one-of-a-kind pieces add personality to any ensemble, and now at 40% off. Find your timeless treasure at Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin & Bullion Reserves.
Now, we're live and local inside the CBC Construction Studios. Now back to the Sports Blitz on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's 4:45 here on a Friday. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We're having a great time here. We know that you are. Thanks for listening. You know, you can listen to us on Facebook. You can listen on YouTube. You can listen on the radio. There's all kinds. You can even download the ESPN Northwest Florida app. You can take us anywhere you want on that. So just download it. See what you got. See what you think. But anyway, also, we got to talk about what's going on tonight. We got games tonight, but let's talk about the preseason. Now we've got to get to that place where the teams are starting to cut people. So what does that mean? That means the preseason now matters. Because every single person, every single player that's trying to get on a team, trying to make the team, this is it. This is all you get. A lot of them are already knowing that they're going to get cut, but there's some that are on the borderline of making the 53-man roster, and that's why it's so important. So I know a lot of people sometimes, which this year's been different. We can say this year's been different. Yeah. A lot of starters have been playing more than ever before, especially early. Because a lot of people used to be like, oh, it's just, second-level football. It's not second-level football. This is where the rubber meets the road. There's some good football being played, and people are trying to get out there and make a roster. And so when you look at what happened last night, you had the Giants and the Patriots. Now, the Giants won 42-10. And I'm just telling you, the Giants, there's a lot of talk about the Giants going on right now. And the number one thing that's been talked about for the Giants is the quarterback position. When you look at, you've got Russell Wilson, you've got Jackson Dart, and you've got Jameis Winston. Now, and don't forget,
Tommy Cutlets.
That's right. DeVito. And that is number 4. Obviously, I mean, can we agree that they're probably not going to be like the Cleveland Browns and keep 4 or say they're keeping 4?
I think they're still going to say it because you can get trade bait for Jameis Winston.
Yeah, so you think,
Russell's your starter.
Yep.
Jackson's your future. You can't get more than a bag of chips for DeVito because everybody knows that he's the odd man out.
Right.
So you're going to play your cards close, and you can get a 4th, 3rd, maybe for Jameis.
Yeah, so if you were to get – so that's what you think. That's the move.
4th, probably 4th is where I would settle. Anywhere 3rd to 5th,
Jameis Winston is obviously he's crazy. I don't know if you saw the video of him and Jackson Dart doing the –
No, I watched everything he did in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. But when you look at Jameis Winston, how he's playing, former Florida State national champion, don't want to take that away from them guys, but when you look at him, he's one of those guys that if you have a struggling quarterback or an injured quarterback, he would definitely be worth the money to bring in. Now, does that mean he's going to lead you to the playoffs and take you to the promised land? No, but it does say that if you're out of options, if you don't have anybody, if you need somebody that's going to come in there and give you, maybe a good drive here or there, and maybe
if
start
you're
playing
the
good
Indianapolis
football.
Colts,
yeah, So you don't have any trust in Danny Dimes?
I have more trust in Danny Dimes, but he's also been injured a lot in the past couple of years. And But you have nothing in AR-15.
No. But when you look at it, the Giants, Dart is the guy. And when you see what he's doing and how he's coming about, if you look at his stats, it's just crazy. He had such a good preseason. He went 32 for 47, 372 yards. And this right here is important. 4 touchdowns, no picks. So when you look at the way he's playing with confidence. It looks like he's being trusted by his offensive coordinator. Now, don't forget, Brian Daboll is the guy. He's the one that called the shots on Jackson Dart. He didn't want Shadur Sanders. He did not want to have anything to do with that media circus that's going on in Cleveland. He's took Jackson Dart. He believes in Jackson Dart. Let me tell you somebody else that's a Jackson Dart fan, John Gruden. John Gruden loves Jackson Dart. And when you look at these guys that know football and they love him, it makes me kind of believe in the kid. I don't really trust him because I know I've seen stuff that he did when he was playing at Ole Miss, but they're really talking really high of him. And with confidence and the right coach, here we go again. We're talking about a right fit with the right coach. And, the sky could be the limit with him. What do you think?
How many years in a row have we said it's not about when you get drafted, it's where you get drafted?
Yeah. And that's what you think.
This is a prime example. And kind of full story is, how did Russell get the job in Seattle?
Yeah.
He was third string.
Right. And he just worked hard.
He outplayed Matt Flynn in that preseason, and then by Matt Flynn back to Green Bay.
Yeah. Matt Flynn from the LSU Tigers. Yep. We need to make sure Jeff hears that. But when you look at what Jackson Dart has done in the preseason, he's done exactly what they've asked him to do. He's done exactly what they've wanted him to do. And there's something else last night that I noticed when I was watching the game. He's wearing the diamonds around his neck. So, he's starting to take on the mantra of the New York Giants quarterback. Obviously, Eli wasn't that guy, but he does bring a little bit of excitement. He's got his little trademark where he draws the black line down one eye or whatever that he always wears. So, this kid's bringing a little bit of flair. And, I like it. What do you think? You think it's good?
As long as you back it up on the field.
And he has been.
Yeah.
He has been, and that's really where you want to go with the Giants. The Giants, they added Abdul Carter, then they traded up. Everybody thought, Shadur Sanders is this pick. Brian Daboll's going to go get Shadur. He never got him, never even flinched. There was no possibility he was going to get him.
Let's give a shout-out to the Mara family, because Stefanski didn't want Shadur Sanders either.
Right.
But the owner of the Broncos, I'm getting him.
Right.
He's my boy.
Yeah, but he said that he didn't make that pick.
Yeah, okay.
He said he didn't make that pick. But we know without a doubt that Jackson Dart is definitely Brian Daboll's guy. And that's the thing. That's why Daniel Jones does no longer has a job anymore in New York. It's because he wasn't Brian Daboll's guy. I don't know if it was a personality conflict. I don't know what it was, but he did not look, and you can look at him. There was a picture, a meme on the internet today that I saw, and it says, with Brian Daboll, obviously he's a shorter guy, and he was looking up at Jackson Dart, and the photo said, how you look at your kid when they done really good. And he had a look on his face, and it was just like he was just loving Jackson Dart. So they took Abdul Carter, and so you've got Dexter Lawrence, Abdul Carter. The back end's very good. The linebackers are good.
That defense is scary.
Yeah, the Giants are one of those teams that you got to watch. Now, I think a lot of people are talking about that Jackson Dart's going to be, catapulted into the starting role. And see, I don't think that. I don't believe that. As long as Russell plays good and does what Brian Daboll asked him to do, I believe they'll be fine with letting the leadership of Russell go, because it just seems like it's a little different over there. They're all like, one of their guys scored a touchdown last night. Every single person that was on the sidelines went to the end zone and celebrated with them. It's like there's excitement going on in New York.
Yeah, and my only problem with New York is you got Washington in that division. You got the defending Super Bowl champions in that division. There's not a lot of wins in that division.
Right. See, I disagree with you on Washington. I think they're going to have a sophomore slump in their quarterback, Jaden Daniels. I also believe that because of them not signing Terry McLaurin, they're not going to have that go-to guy that whenever the pocket breaks down and Jaden's running around trying to make a play, they're going to not have the guy that can bring the ball down in Terry McLaurin. So unless they sign him and get him in camp and get them going, I believe that's going to be a problem for them. So I know a lot of people are high on Washington. I know a lot of people love Washington and love what Jaden Daniels did last year. He did an awesome thing. But I do believe you'll see an RG3 style type of season, not necessarily that he's going to get hurt, but that they're not going to win as many ball games as everybody's thinking, because he's not going to have that big weapon again unless he gets back in there. And that's the thing to me. I think the Giants are going to do it the right way. I think they're going to have a tough defense. I think they're going to be able to run the ball, and I think they're going to be able to pick their spots. Don't forget, Malik Neighbors is a guy.
Yeah.
He's a real deal. So you got him to throw the ball to, and I mean...
But Russ had two guys in Seattle.
He did.
That he still couldn't get to the playoffs.
Right, but...
So, I mean, Father Time's undefeated.
Yeah.
And I think that the sun is setting on Russell Wilson a lot more than it has in the past couple of years. And I think that when the Giants do make that move, it will catapult them.
Yeah.
I really think as long as Jerry Jones is meddling with what Jerry Jones does, the Cowboys are done.
Yeah. Well, when you look at the Giants, though, when you bring it back to them, you got to say, can Brian Daboll allow, Russell to be just the guy that manages the game in the right way and doesn't have to go win it? Is Malik Neighbors going to be able to just be the guy that, like Jamar Chase is for Joe Burrow, where if you throw it in the vicinity, he's going to come down with it? Can Wan'Dale Robinson be a guy that'll help you out of that, position where, a third down type receiver?
You're 0-3, 2-5. You got to go see what you got in your kid.
Yeah. I believe that. I believe that if they do struggle, that they'll be looking to go to him. But I don't believe without a doubt that it's automatic that they're going to him.
0-3 is easier to come out of and make the playoffs than 2-5.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna see that. I haven't looked at their schedule. We're gonna all next week go through all of the schedules. We're gonna go through and do our pick'ems and all of that stuff. But when you look at the Giants, hard-nosed defense, being able to stop the run, being able to get at the quarterback, because you got number 5 and you got Abdul Carter and you got Dexter Lawrence on that line. That's going to be scary. It's going to be intense there in New York. They're going to play. You're going to start seeing the people talk. All the Giant fans are going to come out of the woodworks.
Yeah.
And when you see that happening, if Russell can just manage the games, then they're going to be just fine.
Can the Giants defense be like a Ray Lewis leader that knows my offense is only putting up 10 points?
Yeah, I believe they'll
go off on the offense.
I believe they'll do better than that. I believe that last year was marred by the discontentment between the coach and the quarterback. I believe that's really what spurned them to go into spiral last year.
Because if the defense starts performing as well as we think they will, and the offense is sputtering, at what point does the defense start chirping at the offense?
Yeah, but I just think that last year's debacle was because of the way that they just could not get along, because you saw the frustration with Daniel Jones. You saw the frustration with Brian Daboll, and I don't think it's there. I don't think it's present. I think Russell understands his job. I think he knows that going into this year, he's there to win some games, he's there to tutor, and he's there to just not throw the ball into the other team's hands.
In all honesty, the Giants were done in the preseason with that Hard Knocks that we all sit here and watch the GM go, Saquon, you can leave.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think they know what they've got. I think they're good. I think they're on the right trajectory. I'm looking at the Giants, honestly, as I'm starting to look more and more. I'm starting to believe more and more. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We're already at the top of the hour. We'll be back. We're going to discuss more of the preseason. You're listening to 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Killing the game. Call or text us now on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Atlanta Braves play here.
The Atlanta Braves have been on fire.
That's going to give the Braves the lead. It's a double by Ozzie.
And tonight, a crucial matchup versus the New York Mets.
Ozzie smokes one in the air to deep right field. That takes flight back to the wall, and that is gone.
We'll have coverage coming up from Truist Park at 6. First pitch, 6:15, right here on your home for the Atlanta Braves on the Gulf Coast.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. Likely thunderstorms and very light showers the remainder of the day with temps near 88 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Very light rain and scattered thunderstorms tonight, a calm wind and a temperature of 78. About the same tomorrow, around 85 with moderate rain and definite thunderstorms. Possible thunderstorms and light showers Sunday and hot around 86. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Looking for the most romantic night out in Panama City? Ferrucci Ristorante is your destination for authentic Italian cuisine and unforgettable moments. The candlelight, the wine, the homemade pasta. It's like a little slice of Italy. From handcrafted sauces to centuries-old recipes, Ferrucci brings true Italian flavor to every plate. It's where love stories begin and anniversaries are celebrated. To reserve your table, call 850-913-9131. Ferrucci Ristorante, Panama City's most romantic escape.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Broadcasting from the CBC Construction Studios. ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the new Sports Blitz. Call in with your questions, hot takes, and rants at 850-215-6290. The Sports Talk Monster.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
That's right. It's 5 o'clock. You made it through the week. It's the weekend, baby. And oh man, aren't we blessed? We get to watch preseason football tonight, tomorrow. We've got high school football starting in the area. Man, if you step outside, I know it's been a little hot, but you can still smell football in your nose. At least I can. I love this time of year. This is the time of the year that everybody gets pumped up. Everybody gets excited, and I know that everybody that's listening, we appreciate it. You are excited. You're listening to 104.3 ESPN, and maybe you don't know we've got a Facebook page. Check us out on ESPN Northwest Florida on there. Also, YouTube. Don't forget to do that. Now, the Red 70s phone line, 850-215-6290. Maybe you're headed to the game tonight. Maybe you're headed to tailgate before your game tonight. Why don't you give us a call? Give us a shout out for what team that you're going to be pulling for tonight. I know Mosley's playing. I know Bozeman's playing. I know that Bay and Arnold played last night. And if you got something to say about that game last night, give us a call. Tell us what you think about it as well. Just wanted to make sure that you guys know that we're thinking about you, and we can't wait because we're so ready to watch some high school football. Yeah. But
get out tonight and watch the high school football. These games matter.
Yeah, they do.
The preseason, you'll see the highlights on ESPN, and those games don't matter.
They matter.
They do for the players and all that, but these games matter for the standings.
They do matter for the standings. You're correct. But they do matter, and I'm watching them, and that's why we're talking about them. Let's get into what everybody's been talking about this whole preseason, and that is the Cleveland Browns. They've already named that Joe Flacco is going to be their starter. They've got Dylan Gabriel, they've got Shadur Sanders, and they've got Kenny Pickett. They do have Deshaun Watson, but he's not available. But we've got 4 quarterbacks. Stefanski has already said that they're going to try to keep 4. And I just don't see why they would. I don't see them doing it. I don't think they're going to do it. I think this game tomorrow is going to be huge. I think it's going to be one of those things that they're going to put Joe Flacco in. They're going to let him run a series or 2. And then after that, the way it's been working is that Dylan Gabriel's been getting the 2s. He's been getting the second nod. So he's going to go ahead and go in.
Pickett's still injured, right?
Yeah, Pickett's injured. I think it's a hamstring or something like that, or a wrist or something. And then you got Shadur Sanders. Now, I'm just going to tell you, from the Cleveland people and the Cleveland media that I've been listening to, there is an outcry up there. They want Shadur Sanders. They do. Most of the fans are agreeing, they're in unison, that they want Shadur Sanders to come in and be their quarterback. And the deal is I don't think it's a bad thing to have Flacco in there to start. But obviously, if Flacco, doesn't do the job, then they're going to have to go to somebody. And I don't know. Why not go to Sanders?
So these are the same fans that were screaming to play Johnny Manziel, that were screaming to play our draft Baker Mayfield. I mean, the Baker Mayfield today, great, above average, good top 15 player in the league.
Yeah.
The Baker Mayfield then got him in the playoffs. Screaming for everybody, and really they haven't had a quarterback since Bernie Kosar in the 80s.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, when you look at what they've done to quarterbacks, it's been a graveyard of quarterbacks. I don't know what the number is now, but it's way above 30. And that's the thing. If you want to be a quarterback and die, go to Cleveland. That's what's been the MO of their life. But I think that the excitement of having Shadur there, I think the disrespect of what they thought him going in the 5th round, I think with being Deion's son, I think that's been something, and we've talked about it. I get it. I don't want to, keep beating this dead horse. But what do you think is going to happen, number one?
I don't see them keeping 4, but it's kind of the same situation as the Giants. You say that, hoping somebody will trade for one of the backups. Who are you going to trade for?
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett doesn't. I'll take any backup over Kenny Pickett because he's a career backup.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel hasn't really looked that good in the preseason. And Haslam does not want to get rid of Sanders because Haslam wanted Sanders.
Well, do you think that there's a possibility?
And they still have the Deshaun Watson contract under their table, so they got to keep one of the younger guys for the starter to pay off, or to offset that contract.
Do you think there's a possibility, though, that they're going to keep these 4 guys and they're going to, because like you said, nobody's really asking for them. Do you think there's anybody in the league right now that you would think would want Shadur Sanders to come to their team?
Dallas? Just because of the circus, and Jerry loves the circus?
Yeah, but they've already got Joe Milton. They've already got Dak. So, I mean, I'm just saying, do you think there's somebody that really says, hey, I would like to give this kid a chance because we didn't get a chance to draft him. Now we saw what he's done in preseason.
He went late in the 5th round. They had a chance to draft him. They had 5 chances to draft him.
Right. Most had 5. There's some that had more than that. But when you look at what he's done in the preseason, you can't shoot around the fact that he's done a good job. He's made some people's eyes go up, eyebrows go up. He's definitely made a lot of people talk about him. But when you look at what he's doing, I say this: you give him a shot, that's fine. But I don't think he's going to be the guy anyway. I don't think he's going to be the leader of that franchise. I don't think he's going to be in the league 4 to 5 years from now anyway. I don't believe he's going to be able to be one of those people that takes you to the playoffs like Baker did.
If you think about it, he's got a lot of the same skill set that Mahomes had coming up. Mahomes is getting old. let him play for another couple of years under Andy Reid. If Andy Reid can stay, because Andy Reid's getting old too. Now I'm talking myself out of Kansas City because Andy Reid's getting up there too.
Well, the difference between Shedeur Sanders and Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes had what you would call an absolute cannon for an arm. Shedeur Sanders just has maybe a revolver at the most.
He hits his throws.
But man, I mean, gosh, Mahomes got a cannon.
I was just saying an offensive mind like Andy Reid, like McVay, they may be able to do that because both of them have quarterbacks long in the tooth.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
so he's not going to see the field this year, but if he's looking for long term, I want to sit under a quarterback whisperer.
Who's not going to see the field this year?
Shedeur.
Oh, I think I disagree with you on that. I think he'll see this. I think Joe Flacco is going to throw interceptions, or he's going to fumble, or he's going to get hurt. Obviously, he's done that his whole career. I think somebody's going to get him an opportunity.
Sanders has played lights out in the preseason.
Well,
as lights out as he can.
Yeah.
And he's still fourth on the depth chart. He didn't move up. He didn't jump the injured guy who didn't throw a ball.
Right. I still think
hasn't looked great in the times he has thrown the ball. He's still 4.
I think he's still going to play.
Old injured guy.
Yeah, I get it. I understand what you're saying. It makes sense, but I still think he's going to play. He's going to play because of the pressure. He's going to play because they're not going to win. He's going to play because they're in a tough division, and he's going to play because Flacco's either going to throw interceptions, fumble, or get hurt.
He's going to play under an interim coach because Stefanski will not play him.
You don't think Stefanski will play him?
No, because why has he not moved up? I mean, he's played well enough to move up in the depth chart. He's outplayed Gabriel.
In the games. But what about practice? That's the deal.
He's outplayed Pickett because Pickett's not even on the field. Pickett's not even practicing.
Well, if you look at it, though, Pickett was their guy. I mean, that's what they wanted. They went after Pickett. They had an opportunity early rounds to draft a quarterback. They did not. So they went after Pickett specifically to let him be the number one. So Stefanski or Haslam or whoever they had, they wanted Pickett to be their number one guy. It's just a freak matter that he got hurt.
Yeah, there's 2 injured guys ahead of him that he has outperformed on the field.
Right. So they don't have what you're saying is they don't have any trust in Shedeur Sanders. They're just doing this because you believe Haslam picked him, and now he's going to stay. Now, you do know that there's been some talk that Haslam has big ties to the Manning family, specifically Archie and Peyton. And there is talk, there is buzz going around that Haslam is just buying their time, and they're kind of doing the more like the tank for Tua, that they're tanking for Arch for Cleveland. And so that's what they're doing. That's what people are saying. People are saying, well, you know what? They're waiting on Arch. They're waiting on Arch. They're waiting on Arch.
Then why do you waste 2 draft picks on quarterbacks the year before that?
Well, the thing that everybody's saying is that was Stefanski. That was them. They're going to gut the coaching staff. They're going to get rid of the GM, and they're going to start in a new direction with a new quarterback and blah, blah, blah.
And they're getting a new stadium, so they really need they need a name to
They need a star. Yeah, they need a star. And, I mean, in next year's quarterback class is going to be way better than this year's.
If you listen to Archie, Arch is going back to Texas next year.
Okay, but Arch came back out and said that I don't know where he got that from. Okay, yeah. Arch Manning stated that I don't know where my grandpa got that from. I'll have to talk to him. He said, because nobody knows what we're doing. And so he kind of called his pawpaw out on national television. And I get what Archie said, but Arch said, not so fast, pawpaw.
It is a smart move to make a few $1 million at the University of Texas and set a run for your life or the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, but, don't forget who we're talking about. We're talking about the Manning family. Don't forget Eli Manning was drafted by the Chargers, and Pop said absolutely not. And so they took Phillip Rivers and swapped, and Eli ended up with the Giants, which ended up being a better place for him. He wanted the big market. But Grandpa, Pawpaw, the same Pawpaw that said Arch was staying in Texas, told Eli that we're not going to the San Diego Chargers. So Pawpaw still has some pull in his family, so we'll see how that goes. But getting back to Shedeur, understanding what he's going to be is really the question. And if he's going to get the opportunity to actually get to be on the field. Because like you said, while he's been playing, whether it's been against 2s or 3s, he has been really effective. He's made good decisions. He's thrown the ball away when he needs to. He's scrambled out of the pocket. He's gained a first down, and he's thrown some good balls. But I don't know, man. You look at playing against 2s and 3s, it's not the same. It's a different ball game. That division that they're in is tough. It's always tough. So I don't know.
Is it tough, or is it just Baltimore and everybody else?
I mean, I don't know.
Cincinnati's got to score 50 to win.
They're tough on offense, obviously.
Yeah, Cincinnati's got to score 50. Cleveland's Cleveland. They got a tough defense. Baltimore. I mean, is it really just Baltimore and everybody else? And we think Pittsburgh's going to be a train wreck with Aaron.
See, well, I disagree with you again. I don't think the Steelers are going to be bad. I think they're going to play tough
They'll
defense.
Be 500.
The Steelers are going to have a great defense. I believe they're going to all this money that they put on their defense by bringing Jalen Ramsey over, by paying T.J. Watt what he wanted. I mean, and if are they going to give Cam Hayward his money? I don't know. I mean, that's another thing that's going on right now. But a Mike Tomlin defense, I trust it way better than I do anything that the Browns have got going on. So I do think that this year will probably be a better year for the Steelers. We talked about it at length yesterday, my fanhood for Aaron Rodgers as far as what they got coming into this year.
Dude should have got me more than one ring.
I know. But see, you're coming out of a fandom of the Packers where he let you down.
Yeah. I had 30-plus years of Hall of Fame quarterback play and got 2 rings out of it.
I know.
It's same with Brett Favre throwing the interception for the Vikings against the Saints. That was a life-changing moment in my life because I looked at that TV and I went, huh, so this is what the rest of the league felt like for the last 17 years.
Well, and that's the thing. That's why I'm pulling my heartstrings out of it. I think the Steelers are going to do fine. I think they're going to have a good season, and that spells trouble for the Browns as well. Do I think the Browns defense is going to be good? Yes. But you know as well as I do, if you can't score points in the National Football League, you're not going to be around for long. So is Stefanski's job going to be on the line? And if it's not, then I agree with you. I agree. He's going to play Pickett. He's going to play Dylan Gabriel. He's going to play Joe Flacco. And only if he's got to play Shadur Sanders. But if you believe, and you said yes when I asked the first question, if Stefanski's job is on the line this year, then I think he runs the cards out and does whatever he can to save his job. And Shadur Sanders playing is going to definitely keep him longer if they are losing with Gabriel, if they're losing with Pickett or Flacco, and Sanders is just sitting there on the bench waiting to get in. Those fans are going to get rowdy, they're going to get loud, and they're going to be calling every single game for Sanders to get in the game.
By the time it gets to we need to play Sanders, Stefanski will be gone.
They're not. I mean, I'm telling you, the contacts that I have.
The faster you fire your coach, the faster you can start the hiring process for the next guy.
Yeah, but the fans that I'm talking to in Cleveland, they're saying Shadur Sanders should start day one. He's not going to start day one, obviously. But if they go down 1, 2, 3 games, they're not going to fire him after the 3rd game. I don't think, unless they're blowout.
Not playing. But he's still not dressing at that point.
I think he's going to put him in the game, especially if now this weekend's game is going to be a big deal. If Gabriel gets out there and bombs, throws picks, fumbles the ball, looks terrible, doesn't do good, and Sanders goes out there and dominates or does really good, you're going to have a problem with the roster. He's going to make that roster if he does good this weekend. That's why it's so important. That's why preseason games are important, is because that guy's going to be on the roster if he dominates tomorrow.
Go out and support your Mosley Dolphins or whoever, guys. Support Friday Night Lights.
Well, I mean, they can still watch. The Cleveland Browns don't play till tomorrow. So they can watch the Mosley Dolphins. They can watch, whoever they want to watch. But, the thing is that they've got a chance You know what? Don't just say Mosley. They can go out there and watch Rutherford.
Then watch Rutherford Rams.
Rutherford Rams. That's right.
They're playing the Mosley Dolphins, aren't they?
Yeah, Mosley and Rutherford are playing tonight. So yeah. But I'm saying tomorrow will probably be the indicator, and you'll know it. We'll know it come Sunday if Shedeur Sanders is going to be what you said, dressed out or not for that first game, because he hasn't done enough in practice to jump anybody. So that's alarming for me if I was his fan. I'm not his fan at all. I'm just saying, I'm telling you, with a coach being on the hot seat, with a coach being in a place to where what the fans and what the media is saying, because you got to understand, ESPN people on all of the big shows, on the morning shows, on the evening shows, on the midday shows, they're all calling for Shedeur Sanders to start. Every single one of them, from Ryan Clark to Stephen A. Smith, all of those guys are calling for Shedeur Sanders to start.
You're right.
That he should start. I'm telling you, when a coach has his back against the wall, he's got to make a choice, and that choice might be Shedeur Sanders.
This hasn't started last week, right? They've been calling, Mel Kiper's been calling Shedeur Sanders the best out of this draft class for 3 years.
Since the draft, yes.
And I'm sure Stefanski's got an ESPN TV on and listening to all of this. So he's still fourth on the depth chart. So he's not listening to them. Jimmy Haslam loves the kid, loves the kid's dad. He's still fourth on the depth chart. His numbers look better than the other three quarterbacks. He's still fourth on the depth chart. Stefanski's going to go down with a fight. The only way Shedeur Sanders sees the field is if the Browns have a new head coach.
You mark my word, if they start out with an 0-2 record, 0-3 record, anywhere in that way, and they look terrible on offense, you will start hearing the fans, you'll start hearing the personalities, and you will get the call, Stefanski, from Jimmy Haslam on the telephone to say, put him in.
You're already hearing the fans. You're already hearing the pundits. It's already loud, and he's still 4.
Yeah, but Haslam hadn't made the call.
He's not 5 on that depth chart.
He might be if Deshaun Watson was there, just being able to hobble around the field. But when you look at Jimmy Haslam, is he going to call Stefanski? Is he going to have a meeting with the GM? Are they going to be called in? And are they going to say, hey, put the kid in, let's see what we got, and then watch what happens? And I'm just saying this. Hold on, this is just a pie in the sky. What would go crazy in Cleveland if they go 0-3 with the other guys, put Shedeur Sanders in there, and he beats the Steelers, or he beats the Bengals, or he beats somebody else, and then everybody is on the Shedeur Sanders train, and then Stefanski is not happy because that's not who he was wanting.
He's not happy because he's not coaching the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Is Stefanski the kind of guy that looks like he's going to roll over and do what the owner wants?
Maybe.
Maybe you should write for soap operas with that kind of drama.
I'm willing to bet that the only way Shedeur Sanders sees the field is under a new head coach.
Well, I disagree wholeheartedly, unless tomorrow's game is bad.
You want to bet a chocolate cake?
If he has a good game tomorrow, you watch it. The Brown fans are going to go nuts, and Stefanski will have a decision to make. And if he makes the wrong decision, then he might be looking for a job.
He will be looking for a job.
So when we come back, we're going to discuss a little bit more. It's about time we said something about them Cowboys. You're listening to 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Reach out and smack someone. Call or text now. 850-215-6290. The Red 17 Studio Line.
Your attention, please.
ESPN Northwest Florida reminds you it's the law. It's the law. When there's a double red flag, stay out of the water, stick your toes in the sand, grab a cold drink, and listen to live sports.
Swung on this, strike 3.
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Double play!
Good evening. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For tonight, possible thunderstorms and very light showers and a low of 78 with wind 1 to 5 miles per hour. Likely thunderstorms and very light showers tomorrow morning at calm wind and quite warm near 84. Likely thunderstorms and sprinkles in 87 in the afternoon and evening. 86 and some sun in the early morning, followed by a chance of thunderstorms Sunday. This is your Friday's weather brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Discover the new Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive the new 2025 Kia. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The 2025 Kia SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in the luxury of a 2025 Kia K5 sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Performance, power, and design built for you. Spark inspiration in the all-electric 2025 EV9. It's a modern masterpiece, fast charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original home for the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
College football is almost here, and you can watch it all. Introducing Scorpion TV. Over 5,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN+, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch 400 local network channels from Panama City and most major markets. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. Just $45 a month with our promo code ESPNNW. Go to ESPNPC.com and click the Scorpion TV logo.
You found us inside the CBC Construction Studios. Can you take the hits? Here comes the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's Friday night. Friday Night Lights. Here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. I got Chef Ross with me. I got Bone Crusher with me. We're killing it here in your CBC studios at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You might be headed to the game. Make sure that you eat something good out of the concession stand.
Yes.
I mean, that is one of those things that makes high school football so good is the concession stands. It is not time to be on the Atkins diet. It's not time to be on any kind of diet. You eat the cheese, add extra cheese, get you some nachos.
What's your concessions go to?
Oh, my concessions go-to is probably, depending on how they cook the hamburger, if they cook the hamburger like in the back with the
gas grill?
the stove top or something like that.
Top?
Yeah, flat top. I'm probably going to go hot dog. But if you got the grill going and the smoke's puffing and you got a good hamburger back there and it don't shrink up, like they don't get the Bubba's that's frozen, they get actual meat. I'm out there ready to eat a hamburger, you know what I mean? And a lot of times they'll have a table over there with all the fixings. Man, it's some good food. Now, anything with chili and cheese, though, I'm for it. What about you?
2 chili dogs, nachos, and a soda.
Okay. Well, okay, Bone Crusher, let's go.
More of everything. That all sounds good. I'll crush it, every one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, all of that. And then they got, sometimes they'll have cotton candy, they'll have Skittles and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes you might get an ice cream truck that might pull up or something like that, and they might have some kind of ice cream or custard or yogurt or something. Frozen, whatever. And it tastes so good. But anyway.
I'm there, bro.
Yeah. I mean, everybody that's going. And then you got some teams that they, like growing up, they would, like when my brother was playing high school football, they tailgated. So you'd have people with their grills, and I mean, they'd go all out. And you just walk around and talk to people and be like, oh, let me try that. You know, in the South, people love to share their food. You know, that's what I don't know if Ross, being from Wisconsin, understands that or not.
Because you've never tailgated at Lambeau.
I haven't. Is it awesome?
You show up at 5 in the morning.
Okay, yeah, but it's probably, below 2 degrees?
That's fine. The brats are still yummy. The beer's really cold.
Say, yikes. But anyway, we've been discussing this whole thing about Shadur Sanders, and now we're going to move on. We're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, somebody stop by the studio and give me some blood pressure medicine.
So the Dallas Cowboys are in a little bit of a pickle right now. This is not good for the Cowboys. The Cowboys are struggling with the owner. Shocker. Jerry Jones was being interviewed by Michael Irvin, and I think I've got the actual talk about what he said, and it's not good. Just a real bad deal. So what it goes down to is Jerry says we wanted to send details to the agent, and the agent basically sent it back and said, stick it where the sun don't shine, but he didn't use those words. So he said, Irvin was like, what do you mean? Because people are going to ask. He said, well, Micah, this is why I'm reading this, because this is a very important part of this. Micah and I talked, and then we were going to send it over to the agent. We had our agreements on term, amount, guarantees, and everything. We were going to send it over to the agent, and the agent said, don't bother because we've got all that to negotiate. And so his deal was, Jerry's deal was, is that me and Micah were in the office together, me with my guys, Micah by himself, and we all come together and told him that this is what the negotiation is. And he says, Michael, obviously, he told Michael Irvin, he called Micah Parsons, Michael, he called him Michael in the interview. All right. Yeah. So he mispronounced his name. This is disrespect. He says, we told him what we would do. He said he agreed to it. All we got to do now is send it over. Now, don't forget, Jerry Jones, I'm not sure how old he is, but he's pretty old. He bought the Dallas Cowboys with a handshake and an agreement.
In 1970-something?
Yeah, but it was still with a handshake.
No, it was late 80s, sorry.
It was a handshake with an agreement. Now, he's still living in those days where he makes an agreement with you, he shakes your hand, and that's it. But that's not the way it works. He didn't have his agent with him, and that's what this whole thing has been about, is that he made all of these negotiations without his agent being in the room. Now, can we fault Micah Parsons a little bit because he did not do his due diligence and bring in his agent inside the building with him? Or did Jerry bully Parsons into the office and kind of sit him down and try to make a good old boy agreement with him in the office?
All right, let's look big picture. If you are an NFL general manager and you have a 500 record with 0 playoff wins, 1 playoff win over 12 seasons, how much are you going to keep your job?
Not much.
That's Jerry Jones as a general manager.
Right.
Jerry Jones is not a very good general manager. I don't care about the owner. He's actually a really good owner because the owner's job is to make your team profitable. The Dallas Cowboys are the most profitable, most talked about team in America. Good job, Jerry. You did that. You need to sit back and write checks. Get a GM who can manage a team and just, hey, here's your budget. Here's who I want. Go do your job.
I understand. But you answered the question
in this part
that I didn't ask.
Yeah.
Answer my question because you're aggravated. You don't love Jerry Jones.
I don't.
You can't stand Jerry Jones. Pull off the hate and answer the question, Chef. What do you think happened? Is that what happened? Is what I described to you just before? Is that what happened?
I really think Jerry takes more of the blame for this. I really think he truly feels like he's butthurt because him and Micah shook hands, and when they sent it to the agent found something in there and goes, hey, I don't like that. Micah doesn't know what to look for in the fine print. Micah's never negotiated a contract for himself. Jerry Jones is on a daily negotiating multi-billion-dollar contracts.
Yeah.
So when they send it to the agent and the agent goes, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't think he sent it to the agent in I don't think the agent was looking at the actual. I think the agent
was mad
was aggravated that he wasn't there. And so I think he said, you can stick all this stuff, whatever y'all talked about, you can just throw it out the door. He used way worse words than I just used.
And he knows he has the leverage because Trey Hendricks signs, Micah Parsons makes more. The next guy signs, Micah Parsons makes more. Micah Parsons is a better football player than these people that are signing. So therefore the number keeps going up. Jerry Jones could have got this deal done last year at $35 a year. Now it's well over $50.
Yeah. Well, the thing that Jerry Jones is looking at, too, that you got to understand, because, you know, when you listen to people, they'll tell you exactly what they're thinking. He's been saying a lot, and he's been saying, we have a contract. He's still under contract. He's under contract with the Dallas Cowboys to play football. And see, that's another one of those things that makes me think that how he's talking about this whole thing is that he's talking of how he's always done deals. And that is that Micah Parsons is still under contract for this year. And why isn't he practicing? Why isn't he playing? Why are we talking about a contract when he keeps saying, Micah, you're still under contract now. You're supposed to be playing. And Micah has been held out of practice.
Let's go back to the 90s. Emmitt Smith was under contract. Emmitt Smith missed regular season games. The Cowboys lost and did not look good. Emmitt Smith got a new contract real quick.
Yeah, and that's the next part of this equation that we need to talk about. If the Cowboys go 3-0 to start the season and Micah Parsons sits out for those 3 games, Micah Parsons starts losing leverage for his contract, and he's probably going to lose money if he doesn't sign. However, if they go 0-3, I know they're on two ends of the spectrum here, but if they go 0-3, then you'll see his leverage start to push, especially if they've given up a lot of points on defense.
I don't think he loses any money, because he's got 2 years of franchise tagging that Jerry can do to him, which gives him the average of the top 5 salaries, which is still pretty good money.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, if you got some good money to give somebody, you need to give it to him if he's worth it. And I'm not sure if he thinks he's worth it. You know, and the real deal to me, I'm just going to give you my opinion here, is that I don't think that with Micah Parsons, they're going to be a great playoff team anyway. And the reason why I don't believe that, or the reason why that I believe that, is because I don't think Dak Prescott is the guy. I don't have any trust in Dak. I don't trust Dak to take you anywhere. With him saying what he said about Joe Milton, about how lucky they are to have Joe Milton, it makes me think that Jerry is not very happy with Dak as well.
Yeah, well, he's got a lot of million reasons to be happy with Dak for the next few years, because he just signed them to a big long-term contract.
Yeah, he did sign him to a long-term contract. Was that going to be, the good contract or not? I don't know. It doesn't look like it to me.
No, but in the NFL, it's not about who's the best, who's performing is the best. It's who's next.
Right, and I understand that. But let me ask you this. Here we go. Bone Crusher, we talked about pie in the sky earlier. I'm going to say something that's crazy right here. What if Jerry Jones has this idea? You know that he knows the Manning family. You know that he is going to want a quarterback. What if possible that if Jerry Jones is wanting to get in the Arch Manning case? He's already playing for the Longhorns. I'm sure they're going to have some games in AT&T Stadium. If you already got Arch there, you can say hello to him. Now the rules are a little bit different. They're not as tight as they used to be as far as college players talking to media or talking to agents or talking to whoever. So now, what if Jerry Jones wants to get rid of Dak Prescott, maybe getting rid of Micah Parsons to free up the opportunity to draft Arch Manning as the new Dallas Cowboy quarterback? What do y'all think? What do you think?
Yeah, you pitch to Bone Crusher first, so I'll let him go.
I mean, that does sound pretty interesting. Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But you could see it happening, right? I mean, Jerry Jones.
That's a surprisingly good fit. I didn't think of that before, but I could see that happening.
Yeah. Because, I mean, what if he goes out and kills college football and then all of these teams are wanting him and Jerry's sitting there with all this money because of either trading or letting Micah go or whatever, because Jerry, I don't know. He might be tired of Dak and nobody knows it.
So Jerry might want Arch all he wants. Does Archie want Arch to go through that circus? Or does Archie want Arch to find somewhere that's a little more stable? Not New Orleans. Heck, even New Orleans, even though that's really unstable, but not New Orleans, not Dallas. Stay in Texas another year. Get your $12 million in NIL money you're going to get and see where the contract or see where the next year holds out.
You mark my words, and we can write this down on this day, the 22nd of August. If Arch Manning goes out and dominates in college football, there is no way that he stays another day at the University of Texas. I'm telling you right now, if he's got the opportunity to be the number 1 draft pick in the NFL draft, he's going to take it. Now, whoever has that pick, it won't matter. But if he has the opportunity, if he is what everybody is saying that he is, and he goes out and he dominates college football, you're going to see him no longer in the orange and white because he's going to go to the NFL.
There's going to be some backdoor dealing, just like there was for Eli. And if that's not there, Eli had no choice but to come out and be the number 1 pick. He was not making millions of dollars in college.
Right.
This NIL thing is that big of a game changer that if there's no Manning back deal done, I even think Jacksonville's a better fit than Dallas for Arch.
Well, it could be for him, but I'm just saying the money-wise, if we're really talking about money with the Manning family, if you think the Manning family are looking at a lot more than just the I think they're looking more to the market. I think the market. I think it's the market. The reason why they didn't want to go to the Chargers was because of the market. The reason why he wanted to go to New York was because of the market. And so he's going to want to go to a marketplace. What better market is there than the Dallas Cowboys?
The reason he didn't want to go to the Chargers is Archie also didn't want both of his sons in the AFC. That's why he went to the Giants, not the Jets.
Right. And that's the thing. But he still went to the New York market.
But Peyton played in the Indianapolis market. How big is that?
He made it big. But he didn't have a choice because that was the way it was back then. But then Eli negotiated, and now we're even different.
Now Arch can negotiate whatever he wants. I mean, there was talk that Caleb Williams wasn't going to come out last year.
I remember. Yep, you're exactly right. And that's the key. What is going to happen? The Dallas Cowboys, I would not be surprised if he doesn't play the first 2 to 3 games, and that will be fine. If they lose, he'll sign him. If they win, you might see more of the drama.
I believe he has to be on the field by week 4, or he's got to sit the whole season.
Is that how it works?
It's either 4 or 5, somewhere in there.
Do they fine them? Do they start getting fined?
Yeah, he's been fined the whole time, the whole training camp.
Oh, he has been fined the whole time? Yeah. Okay. Well, I wasn't sure, but either way, I think they got a debacle going on in there. I don't think we're talking about a playoff team anyway, if Micah Parsons is there or if he's not there, because it really doesn't matter because they can't score points even if they've got George Pickens because they got to have somebody that can throw the ball to them. And the thing is, okay, fine. Dak gets hurt like he usually does, and they put Joe Milton in there. Well, Joe Milton, you know what? He can do backflips. He can throw the ball 80 yards, but there's not an NFL Globetrotter league. So realistically, they don't have a quarterback in Dallas. So next year, they're going to be looking for a quarterback. If Arch Manning kills it, Arch Manning's going to the Cowboys. And when we come back, we're going to be discussing a lot more of some of this college football. SEC. You're listening to 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
The Red 70s studio line is now open. 850-215-6290. You've read the headlines. You've seen the highlights. But how about the unfiltered truth.
Steroid era, you can like it, love it, hate it, whatever. It saved baseball.
Since 2017, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has been the undisputed leader for sports coverage on the Panhandle. If it matters in sports, it matters to us, and it matters to you. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Mid-South Lumber, where they treat you like family. Locally owned and serving the residents of Bay County for over 45 years. See Mid-South Lumber for all of your DIY projects, including windows, doors, siding, lumber, and millwork. Are you building a new home? Bring your contractor into Mid-South Lumber and meet with a member of their sales team to discuss your framing, siding, windows, and doors. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City. 717 West 11th Street.
Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, where the locals go for the best boiled seafood around. Crawfish, shrimp, red royals, and everything crabs. Watch almost every sporting event in the country on their huge outdoor jumbotron. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on weekly events, live music, and food and beer specials. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, your home away from home for sports, good times, and great food. The best boiled seafood. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
If you build it, they will come. We're live from the CBC Construction Studios. Marquee matchups, huge rivalries, and fan favorites. The college football headquarters on the Gulf Coast is 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Sports Blitz.
We've got 45 minutes left. I'm just kidding, 15 minutes left. Before the weekend is started for us, we know that your weekend has already started, and we appreciate you letting us be a part of it. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida, and the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. Don't forget, you can still call, you can still text the Red 7T's phone line, 850-215-6290. Want to make a few quick announcements about the NFL that I thought that was kind of strange for this year. This year's the first year that Josh Allen hasn't played one snap in the preseason. So Sean McDermott said they just wanted to do that, wanted to give him some rest. He's been playing full go in camp. So Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills, reigning MVP, did not take one snap. You like it or no?
What else can they teach Josh Allen about that playbook? He's got it all memorized.
Yeah,
so.
I agree. I think that that's okay because if you look over, Lamar Jackson, he's out right now. X-rays are negative for him getting stepped on his foot. He got stepped on his foot. But the thing that everybody's talking about is that he wasn't his wrist. He was holding his wrist, and he kind of looked like it was something going on with that. So just something to kind of look at. We've got some major news to talk about that we want to get out there. The SEC has officially made the statement they're going to a 9-game conference football schedule beginning 2026. Let's read it off so you understand what it means. They will continue with a single standings non-divisional structure, which means there's no East and West or no whatever.
Legends and leaders like the Big Ten.
Yeah, that was the silliest thing. So there won't be an East and West. It'll just be a single standing non-divisional structure. Each school will play 3 annual opponents focused on maintaining many traditional rivalries. So you're going to get 3 teams that you play every year. So you're not going to lose your Alabama, Auburn. You might get back your Texas and Oklahoma. You're probably going to keep your Georgia, Florida. Who else? You're probably going to keep the Alabama, Tennessee. You're probably going to keep those. LSU and Alabama. I mean, so ours is really not great, honestly, if you look at it, which we won't have to play necessarily Georgia or Texas every year. But you know how it goes. Those games could change. All right, so the next thing is that each team's remaining 6 games will rotate among the remaining conference schools. So it'll do the rotation, so we'll have the availability to play other people. So you'll have it basically like it is this year, where you're going to have some teams that are going to be tougher. But at the end of the day, if you're playing 6 to 9 SEC teams, they're going to be good. So
you're playing 9 SEC teams anyway.
Yeah, so I mean that's what you usually play anyway, so it's not anything different. Each team will face every other SEC program at least once every 2 years, and every opponent home and away in 4 years. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know. I know some people were a fan of it because of the rivalries, because of tradition, and so it's a good thing. I think it's going to be. I think it'll be the same thing. I think the cream will rise to the top. There will be a certain crimson and white team that will always find themselves at the top of that list, and it's not going to affect us. You know what I mean? Who's next? And that's how we look at it at Alabama. So
you know why they say roll tide at Bama games, right?
Why?
Because the average Bama fan can't spell elephant.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. What can we do without Chef's humor about Alabama football? Thank you. Another news that's going on, this is NFL news, but it's still tied to the collegiate side. Urban Meyer, the former Ohio State, the former Florida Gator coach, has come out and he is petitioning the NFL to get Jim Harbaugh, meaning he thinks that they should suspend Jim Harbaugh because when Jim Tressel was at Ohio State and the players were trading memorabilia, bowl game memorabilia, Ohio State memorabilia, things, they would sign things for them and get free tattoos. And so with that, they got put on probation. Jim Tressel basically got fired, but he resigned. And then you had, when Jim Tressel left, he went to be an analyst at the Indianapolis Colts. Well, Roger Goodell was the president or the commissioner, and the team, the Indianapolis Colts, suspended Jim Tressel on their own. But it was stated by Roger Goodell, had they not self-imposed a suspension, he definitely was. So Urban Meyer is asking Roger Goodell, if you were going to do that to Jim Tressel over some tattoos, why wouldn't you suspend Jim Harbaugh, who left, and everybody in the world knows that he left to get away from all of it because they've interviewed him since all of it came out, and he says, I'm not going to engage. Well, wait a minute. You were a part of it. You were the head coach. You're just going to scapegoat it all? You can't say nothing about it? I just don't understand that part. But Goodell, let's get back to Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell should step in and do something, or at least make a statement. I know Urban Meyer is a college football guy. I know Urban Meyer is one of those guys that, you know, that talks on Saturdays now with the Fox team, but he still has clout. People still listen to what he says. And if you look at it, that was his whole deal going into because he was the coach that came behind Jim Tressel. He asked them all. He said, if we're going to lose scholarships, if we're going to lose games, I'm probably not going to come there and coach Ohio State. And so with him doing that, that is something that's huge to his heart because he followed behind Tressel there at Ohio State. And obviously, he hates Michigan.
Okay. Level 1. How many games was Pete Carroll suspended as a Seattle Seahawks coach?
None.
Why did Pete Carroll leave USC?
Because of Reggie Bush.
Yeah. So there's a precedent about that. And so point number 2. Should Fox be suspending Urban Meyer for his off-the-field antics while coaching at Ohio State, at the Jacksonville Jaguars, kicking the kicker?
No, absolutely not.
But why would he say that Jim Harbaugh's boss should go and suspend Jim Harbaugh when he doesn't want his boss to suspend him for off-the-field incidences.
So you in agreement that nothing should be done to Jim Harbaugh at all? He should just be able to leave from where he is. He's got a 10-year ban clause or whatever they called it, show clause where he cannot come. Does that mean he can't even come? He can't come to the games?
I'm wondering if that means he can't come to senior day.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he can. I honestly don't believe that.
And that
for
hurts
10 years.
worse than not showing up to a game. Because,
does it really?
Yeah, because you can see all the film. You get the coach's tapes of the players. He can still pick up the phone and call the coach. But now he can't go to senior day. Maybe not even the combine.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the way it is nowadays, I mean, he could just, this is going to be pun intended.
He could just film it anyway.
He could just film it anyway. He could get somebody to film it and he could watch it. So kind of goes into what he got in trouble with.
Should he get off of this scot-free? No. But looking at all the other scandals that have happened and the coach leaves college program to go to the NFL and still becomes a scapegoat and still gets off scot-free, yeah, that's already happened. So with the already precedents, it's going to happen. Do I like it? Not at all.
You don't like it?
No.
So you really
I really think that Pete Carroll should have had punishment.
And you think Jim Harbaugh as well should have punishment?
Yes. And
what kind of punishment, though? I mean, should he? He's not playing in the same league anymore. He's not playing in the same, conference or whatever. College football is not the NFL. I mean, so how do you? That'd be like saying, okay, I left my job, and my next job I'm gonna get penalized for what I did in my other job.
Belichick didn't get suspended for Spygate either.
No.
And that was NFL filming NFL sidelines.
Right.
So there you have apples to apples comparison. I believe a fine. I believe maybe a game, but there should be some sort of NFL punishment on to Harbaugh. Because did the NCAA even fine him? Could the NCAA even fine him?
No.
He's not an NCAA employee anymore.
Right. And the thing that happened with all of this is that Jim Harbaugh did not give over his stuff. He declined. He basically pleaded the fifth. And so that's kind of, for me, on all of this, I get both sides of the story.
I just don't like Urban Meyer calling him out.
I don't like pleading the fifth. I don't like the whole, I get it. I guess it's, part of what, makes America great is that you can plead the fifth and stuff. But I don't love the fact that you can do something and you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. And to me, it's just, it messes it up.
The pleading the fifth thing is I don't have to talk about it, but the evidence still speaks for itself.
It does. And everybody, but you still got fans across the country who are diehard Michigan fans that say, oh, there was nothing wrong with it. Oh, the other people did it. And all that kind of stuff. This is
why I don't like Urban Meyer being the one to call him out on this, because if Urban Meyer never came back to Ohio State, does he care what Jim Harbaugh did at the University of Michigan?
Well, let me just say this real quick. One of our sponsors at Recommended Body Shop, Brandon Strickland, he just commented, it was gotta love a good Alabama burn. Well, I don't appreciate that, Brandon, and you will be here on Wednesday. And so just wanted to shout that out to you. But thanks for watching anyway, so you can I'm glad you got a little chuckle about Chef saying something about Alabama. But let's get back to what we were talking about. So you're more aggravated at Urban Meyer than you are at the actual deal.
Urban Meyer does not have a clean past.
No.
At all.
No, especially at Florida and definitely at Ohio State. I mean, there's both of those.
Yeah.
I mean, there was more arrest
Jacksonville.
There was more arrest in Florida on that one team than I believe ever in the history.
Murder convictions on that one team.
Well, yeah, that's true too. But either way, I just wanted to know how you felt about it, because I didn't have the problem in which that's what I said. The big problem was that there was it's not about the day of reckoning. It's just the fact that there were no actual answers. And obviously the tapes don't lie. The Netflix documentary was spot on that Connor Stallions did. He really went on there and told the truth. And he said what he said. He did what he did.
He went to the committee and told all the truth. Everything, so we don't need to hear Harbaugh's side. We got Connor Stallions.
I understand that, but I still want to hear what Harbaugh is saying, or what he at least is thinking, instead of, I don't want to engage in it, I don't want to talk about it, I'm coaching the NFL team and I'm ready to move on. And, for me, I just don't love it. It just doesn't look good. There will always be a stain, no matter what you say. There will always be a stain on the Michigan program during the years that he was there.
If Saban called him out, then we got something here. But because it was Urban Meyer with Ohio State, I just don't like that.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And it's Urban Meyer with Urban Meyer's past.
Right. Well, and that's what you got to look at. You know what? We finally made it. We finished the weekend. It's Friday. We're ready for the weekend. We're so glad that you joined us today. Everybody, I want you to do me a favor. Go watch, go scream for your favorite football team. And don't forget to watch some of that preseason stuff that we were talking about, because it does matter. We will see you on Monday. You've been watching the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Text him now on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290.